Welcome back to Before AGI. Today, we're going to do a deep dive into quantum computing and AI,
Okay.
specifically Google's new Willow chip.
Great.
We've got a stack of research papers,
Mm-hmm.
articles,
Yeah.
even some excited tech blogs,
Oh, wow.
all talking about Willow.
Okay.
And
Interesting.
you know what?
What's that?
They've got a point.
Okay.
This thing is a potential game changer.
What's so fascinating here is that for decades, quantum computing has been this almost mythical concept,
Right.
promising to revolutionize everything.
Yeah.
But the reality was a lot of hype and not much practical application.
Yeah.
Willow seems to be shifting that narrative.
Okay, so for our listeners who haven't been following quantum news religiously,
Sure.
let's break this down.
Okay.
What exactly is quantum computing?
Well,
And how does it relate to AI?
imagine you're searching through a giant library for one specific book.
Okay.
But instead of looking one by one, you could somehow read every book simultaneously. That's kind of what quantum computing allows.
Mm-hmm.
It utilizes the bizarre but incredibly powerful principles of quantum mechanics.
Okay, my brain is already starting to hurt, but I'm intrigued.
Okay.
So what makes it so different from the computers we use every day?
Our everyday computers use bits,
Wow.
which are like tiny switches that can be either on or off,
Okay,
representing a 1 or a 0.
gotcha.
Quantum computers use qubits,
Okay.
which are like those switches,
Okay.
but with a superpower.
Okay, what's that?
They can be both on and off at the same time,
Got
thanks
it.
to a concept called superposition.
So it's like they can explore multiple possibilities simultaneously.
Exactly.
And that's where the speed advantage comes in. It's
Exactly.
like having a million researchers all working on the same problem at once.
That's why there's so much excitement about quantum computing's potential for AI.
Yeah.
Imagine training complex AI models in a fraction of the time it currently takes,
Wow.
or solving problems that are simply impossible for classical computers.
But hold on. I keep hearing that quantum computers are really finicky, prone to errors.
Right.
What's different about Willow? Has Google somehow managed to tame those wild qubits?
One of the biggest hurdles in quantum computing has been this issue of error correction.
Okay.
Qubits are extremely sensitive to their environment, and even the slightest disturbance can throw them off.
Oh, wow.
Google claims that with Willow, they've made a major breakthrough in this area.
So it's like they've built a super stable noise-canceling environment for these qubits to do their thing.
You could say that.
Okay.
They're using a technique called surface code,
Okay.
where they arrange qubits in a grid-like pattern
Ah.
and use clever manipulations to detect and correct errors. Think of it like a self-healing network for quantum computations.
Okay, now that's impressive.
Yeah.
But what does this actually mean in terms of performance?
Right.
How much faster are we talking here?
To put it in perspective, Google ran a benchmark test where Willow completed a task in under 5 minutes that would take the world's fastest supercomputer, Frontier,
Okay.
an estimated 10 septillion years.
10 septillion years.
That's longer than the age of the universe.
Hold on. 10 septillion years versus 5 minutes?
Yeah.
That's like saying a snail could beat a rocket ship in a race around the Earth.
Uh-huh.
My mind is officially blown.
Okay.
But why should we care about this?
Yeah, that's the question.
How does this quantum leap actually affect our lives?
Well, the potential applications of Willow, particularly in AI, are vast.
Okay.
Let's take an example you might be familiar with.
Okay.
Training AI models to understand and translate languages.
Sure.
Right now, it takes huge amounts of data and processing power to do this accurately.
Yeah. I've heard about those massive language models.
Right.
Like GPT-3
Uh-huh.
and LaMDA
Yeah.
that are all the rage.
Yeah.
They require tons of computing power
They do.
and still have limitations.
Exactly. But with a quantum computer like Willow,
Yeah.
we could potentially train these models much faster and on much larger data sets.
Wow.
This means AI could become far more fluent,
Okay.
nuanced, and capable of understanding and responding to human language.
So imagine AI assistants that can actually hold a natural conversation,
Right.
understand complex instructions,
Yeah.
and maybe even write poetry.
Ha!
That's a far cry from the clunky chatbots we have today.
Precisely. And that's just one example.
Wow.
Willow could also revolutionize other areas of AI,
Like what?
like computer vision robotics, and even the development of new drugs and materials.
This is starting to sound like something out of a sci-fi movie.
Uh-huh.
But I guess the future is closer than we think.
It seems to be.
So if Google is making these claims about Willow,
Uh-huh.
they must have some pretty solid evidence to back it up, right?
They do. And one of the key pieces of evidence is this dedicated facility they've built in Santa Barbara, California,
Okay.
specifically for fabricating these Willow chips.
It's like Willy Wonka's factory, but for qubits.
Right.
What's so special about this facility?
This facility allows them to meticulously control every aspect of the chip-making process,
Right.
ensuring the highest quality qubits possible. They can experiment with new materials and techniques, constantly refine their designs, and quickly test new ideas.
So it's like a playground for quantum engineers.
Yeah.
A place where they can push the boundaries of what's possible and quickly iterate on their designs.
That's a great way to put it. And this dedicated facility is a testament to Google's serious commitment to quantum computing.
Okay.
They're not just dipping their toes in the water here. They're diving in head first.
Okay, I'm starting to get the picture here.
Yeah.
Google has built this incredibly powerful quantum chip,
Right.
Willow,
Yeah.
that can perform calculations at mind-boggling speeds.
Right.
And they've got a dedicated facility where they're constantly improving and refining the technology.
Exactly. And the potential implications for AI are enormous. We could see breakthroughs in areas like natural language processing, computer vision, and drug discovery, leading to more intelligent, efficient, and capable AI systems.
It's a lot to wrap my head around, but I'm definitely starting to see why everyone is so excited about Willow.
Yeah.
It's like a glimpse into the future of AI.
Yeah.
But I have a feeling this is just the tip of the iceberg.
There's
There's so much more to explore, right?
Absolutely. We've only scratched the surface of Willow's potential and the broader implications of quantum computing.
Right.
It's a rapidly evolving field with endless possibilities.
Right.
It's incredible to think that we're now at a point where quantum computers are moving beyond the realm of theory and into the realm of practical applications.
It's like science fiction becoming reality before our very eyes.
Yeah.
But before we get too carried away with the possibilities, I think it's important to acknowledge that quantum computing is not a silver bullet.
Right.
It's not going to magically solve all of our problems overnight.
You're absolutely right. Quantum computers are not meant to replace classical computers entirely. They're more like specialized tools that excel at certain types of problems, particularly those involving complex simulations and optimizations.
So it's like having a toolbox with a variety of different tools.
Right.
You wouldn't use a hammer to screw in a screw.
Exactly.
And you wouldn't use a quantum computer to browse the web or write an email.
Exactly. Quantum computers are best suited for tasks that involve exploring vast numbers of possibilities simultaneously, such as simulating the behavior of molecules for drug discovery or optimizing complex financial models.
Okay, that makes sense. But let's get back to the potential societal impacts that we were discussing earlier.
Sure.
We talked about job displacement and the need for new encryption methods. What are some other things that we need to be thinking about as we enter this new era of quantum computing?
One area that deserves attention is the potential impact on education. As quantum computing becomes more prevalent, we'll need to adapt our educational systems to equip future generations with the skills they need to thrive in a quantum-powered world.
So we're not just talking about training specialized quantum engineers and scientists, but also about giving everyone a basic understanding of quantum concepts and how they're shaping the world around them.
Exactly. Quantum literacy will become increasingly important in the 21st century, just like computer literacy became essential in the 20th century. We need to start incorporating quantum concepts into our curricula from elementary school all the way up to university.
So it's about fostering a generation that's not intimidated by quantum mechanics, but rather sees it as a tool for innovation and problem solving.
Precisely. And it's not just about technical skill. We also need to think about the ethical and societal implications of quantum computing, such as the potential for bias in algorithms and the need to ensure equitable access to this transformative technology.
We can't just focus on the technical advancements without considering the human and societal dimensions. It's about striking a balance between progress and responsibility.
Absolutely. We need to have thoughtful discussions about the values and principles that should guide the development and deployment of quantum computing. It's a powerful tool that has the potential to shape the future of humanity. And we need to ensure that it's used for good.
Well said. But let's not get too bogged down in the philosophical discussions.
Sure.
I want to circle back to Google and their plans for Willow. They've mentioned making it accessible through cloud services. What are the specifics of that?
Well,
how will researchers and developers actually be able to use Willow?
That's a great question. Google's plan is to make Willow available through their cloud platform, Google Cloud.
Gotcha.
This will allow researchers and developers to access and utilize Willow's quantum computing power remotely, without having to build their own expensive and complex quantum computers.
So it's like having a quantum supercomputer at your fingertips without the hassle of building and maintaining it yourself.
It is. And it's a game changer for the field of quantum computing.
Wow.
By making Willow accessible through the cloud. Google is democratizing access to this transformative technology, allowing researchers and developers all over the world to experiment with quantum algorithms and explore new applications.
It's like opening up a whole new world of possibilities. But how will this cloud access actually work?
Well,
will developers be able to write quantum code and run it on Willow remotely?
Exactly. Google is developing a suite of tools and services that will allow developers to write quantum algorithms using familiar programming languages like Python, and then submit those algorithms to be executed on Willow. They'll be able to monitor the progress of their computations and receive the results back through the cloud.
So it's like using any other cloud computing service, but with the added power of quantum computation.
That's pretty incredible. But how will this impact the field of AI development? Will AI researchers be able to use Willow to train more powerful and sophisticated AI models?
Absolutely. One of the most exciting applications of Willow's cloud access is in the field of machine learning. AI researchers will be able to use Willow's quantum computing power to train AI models on massive data sets that are currently intractable for classical computers.
So it's like giving AI researchers a turbocharged engine for their machine learning algorithms.
That's exciting. But what are some specific examples of how AI could benefit from Willow's quantum capabilities? Imagine training AI models on data sets that include all the text on the internet. All the medical images ever taken, or all the scientific data ever collected.
That's a lot of data.
This kind of massive data crunching could lead to breakthroughs in areas like natural language processing, image recognition, and drug discovery. It's like giving AI a whole new level of understanding and insight. But will this cloud access to Willow be available to everyone? Or will it be limited to certain organizations or researchers?
That's a good question. Well, Google hasn't released all the details yet. They've indicated that they want to make Willow as accessible as possible. They're likely to offer different tiers of access, with some levels being free or subsidized for academic researchers and startups.
That's encouraging to hear. It's important that this transformative technology isn't just available to the wealthy or elite. It needs to be accessible to everyone who has the potential to contribute to its development and application.
I agree. The more people who have access to quantum computing, the faster we can unlock its potential and address some of the world's most pressing challenges. But access is only one part of the equation. We also need to ensure that we're using quantum computing responsibly and ethically.
That's a crucial point. We've talked about some of the ethical concerns, like the potential for bias in algorithms and the need for new encryption methods. What are some other things we can do to ensure that quantum computing is used for good and not for harm?
One important step is to foster open and transparent dialogue about the potential benefits and risks of quantum computing. We need to involve ethicists, policymakers, and the public in these discussions from the very beginning.
So it's about bringing everyone to the table and having a thoughtful conversation about the implications of this technology.
I think that's crucial. What else can we do? We also need to invest in education and public outreach. The more people understand about quantum computing, the better equipped they'll be to engage in these important discussions and make informed decisions about the future of this technology.
That's a great point. Knowledge is power, and the more we understand about quantum computing, the better prepared we'll be to harness its potential and address its challenges. But let's not dwell on the negative too much. Let's get back to the exciting possibilities that quantum computing offers. We've talked about medicine materials, science, and AI. Are there any other fields where quantum computing could have a major impact?
Oh, absolutely. Quantum computing has the potential to revolutionize fields like finance, energy, and even space exploration. For example, in finance. Quantum algorithms could be used to develop more sophisticated risk management models and optimize investment strategies.
So it's like having a quantum crystal ball that can predict the future of the stock market. I'd invest in that. What about energy? How could quantum computing help us address the global energy crisis?
In energy, quantum simulations could be used to design more efficient solar cells,
No?
develop new energy storage technologies, and even unlock the potential of nuclear fusion as a clean and sustainable energy source.
Oh, clean energy from nuclear fusion.
Yeah.
That would be a game changer for our planet.
It would.
And space exploration.
Yeah.
How could quantum computing help us reach for the stars?
Quantum computers could play a key role in developing more efficient propulsion systems for spacecraft, optimizing mission trajectories.
And even searching for signs of life on other planets. Imagine using quantum algorithms to analyze data from telescopes and discover evidence of extraterrestrial life.
Okay, now that's something I would love to see. It seems like there's no limit to what we can achieve with quantum computing.
It's pretty amazing.
It's a technology that has the potential to reshape our world in profound ways. But let's not forget that we're still in the early stages of this quantum revolution.
Right.
There's still so much we don't know and so much to explore.
You're right. We're just at the beginning of an incredible journey.
Yeah.
And it's a journey that's filled with both challenges and opportunities.
Yeah.
But I'm confident that with careful planning, responsible development, and a spirit of collaboration, we can harness the power of quantum computing to create a brighter future for all.
Well said. I think this deep dive has been incredibly informative and inspiring. We've covered a lot of ground.
We have.
From the fundamentals of quantum computing to the potential societal impacts.
But before we wrap up this segment, I want to leave our listeners with a thought-provoking question.
Okay.
If you had access to a quantum computer like Willow, what problem would you try to solve? What challenge would you tackle?
That's a great question. And I encourage all of our listeners to think about it. Quantum computing is a powerful tool that has the potential to change the world. And it's up to all of us to imagine how we can use it to create a brighter future. It's amazing to think about how far quantum computing has come in such a short time.
I know, right? It wasn't that long ago that quantum computers were just a theoretical concept, something out of science fiction.
Right. And
now we're talking about real-world applications and the potential to revolutionize entire industries.
It's a testament to the incredible pace of technological innovation.
Yeah.
And it's a reminder that we're living in an era of exponential change. Things are moving faster than ever before, and it's only going to accelerate from here.
It's both exciting and a little bit daunting, isn't it?
It is.
It feels like we're standing at the edge of a precipice, peering into a future that's full of both promise and uncertainty.
I agree. It's a time of great opportunity, but also a time of great responsibility.
Right.
We have this incredibly powerful tool at our disposal, and it's up to us to use it wisely.
Well said.
Yeah.
But let's not get too philosophical.
Sure.
I want to bring it back to Google and their plans for Willow.
Okay.
We talked about cloud access.
Right.
But what about their long-term vision for this technology? Where do they see quantum computing going in the next 5, 10, or even 20 years?
That's a great question. And while it's impossible to predict the future with certainty, we can look at some of the trends and developments that are shaping the field of quantum computing.
Okay, so let's put on our futurist hats for a moment. What are some of the key trends that you're seeing in quantum computing?
One major trend is the increasing focus on scalability.
Okay.
As we discussed earlier, building larger and more powerful quantum computers is one of the key challenges in the field. And researchers are exploring a variety of different approaches to achieve this.
Like what?
From superconducting qubits to trapped ions to photonic quantum computing.
So it's like a race to see who can build the biggest and best quantum computer.
In a way, yes.
But it's not just about size, is it?
No.
It's also about making these machines more stable.
Right.
Reliable. And easier to use.
Exactly. Another major trend is the development of more robust error correction techniques.
Okay.
As we've discussed, qubits are incredibly fragile and prone to errors.
Right.
And researchers are constantly working on new ways to protect those qubits from noise and interference.
Okay.
Making quantum computations more reliable.
So it's like building a quantum fortress around those delicate qubits. Shielding them from the chaos of the outside world.
Yeah.
But what about the software side of things?
Yeah.
Are there any trends in quantum software development that you're excited about?
Absolutely. One of the most exciting trends is the development of high-level programming languages and tools. that make it easier for developers to write quantum algorithms.
Okay.
We're moving away from the low-level hardware-specific languages of the past
Right.
and towards more user-friendly interfaces that abstract away the complexities of quantum mechanics.
So it's like the evolution of computer programming languages.
Exactly.
From assembly language to C++ to Python.
Right.
We're making quantum programming more accessible to a wider range of developers.
Exactly. And this is crucial for the growth and adoption of quantum computing.
Yeah.
We need to make it easier for developers to create quantum applications.
Okay.
Without requiring them to have a deep understanding of quantum mechanics.
It's about democratizing access to this technology and empowering developers to create innovative solutions.
Precisely. And another trend that's worth mentioning is the increasing focus on hybrid quantum classical computing.
Okay, what's that?
This involves using classical computers to handle some aspects of a computation,
Okay.
while offloading the most computationally intensive tasks to a quantum computer.
So it's like a tag team, with the classical computer and the quantum computer working together to solve problems more efficiently.
Exactly. This approach allows us to leverage the strengths of both types of computing, combining the versatility of classical computers with the raw power of quantum computers.
It's a smart strategy.
Yeah.
But with all these exciting developments, it's easy to get caught up in the hype and lose sight of the challenges that still lie ahead.
True.
What are some of the roadblocks that we need to overcome before quantum computing becomes truly mainstream?
One of the biggest challenges, as we've discussed, is scalability.
Okay.
We need to find ways to build quantum computers with thousands or even millions of qubits.
Right.
While maintaining stability and reliability.
Yeah.
This is a formidable engineering feat, and it will require continued innovation and investment.
It's like trying to build a quantum skyscraper.
Aha!
It takes a lot of careful planning, precise engineering,
Right.
and high-quality materials to make it work. But what about the software side of things?
Yeah.
Are there any software challenges that we need to address?
Absolutely. One of the key challenges is developing quantum algorithms that are truly superior to classical algorithms for specific tasks. While there are some promising algorithms out there, we need to continue to explore and develop new algorithms that can fully exploit the power of quantum computers.
So it's not just about building the hardware.
No.
It's also about creating the software that can unlock its full potential.
Exactly. And it's a challenge that requires collaboration between quantum computer scientists, domain experts, and software developers.
Okay.
We need to work together to identify promising applications,
Right.
develop quantum algorithms, and build the software tools that will allow us to harness the power of quantum computing to solve real-world problems.
It's a challenge that's worthy of our best efforts. But let's not forget that all of this technological advancement raises some important ethical considerations.
True.
We've talked about the potential for bias in algorithms, the need for new encryption methods, and the potential for job displacement.
Right.
Are there any other ethical concerns that we need to be thinking about?
One concern that's often overlooked is the potential impact of quantum computing on privacy.
Okay.
Quantum computers have the ability to break many of the encryption methods that we rely on today to protect our personal data.
Right.
This could have far-reaching implications for our privacy and security.
So it's not just about protecting our financial transactions or confidential communications.
Right.
It's about protecting all aspects of our digital lives.
Exactly. As quantum computing advances, we need to be thinking about new ways to protect our privacy in a quantum world.
Okay.
This includes developing new encryption methods, strengthening our cybersecurity defenses, and having open and honest conversations about the trade-offs between privacy and security.
It's a complex issue, but it's one that we can't afford to ignore. Let's end on a positive note.
Sure.
We've talked about the challenges, but what are some of the things that you're most excited about when it comes to the future of quantum computing?
For me, it's the potential to solve some of the world's most pressing problems.
Okay, like what?
Imagine using quantum computing to develop new drugs that can cure diseases like cancer and Alzheimer's.
Wow.
Or to design new materials that can help us combat climate change.
That would be amazing.
Imagine using quantum computing to create more efficient energy sources.
Oh, yeah.
Or to develop new forms of artificial intelligence that can help us understand the universe in new ways.
It's a vision of a future that's filled with hope and possibility.
It is.
And it's a vision that's worth striving for.
I couldn't agree more. Quantum computing is a powerful tool that has the potential to transform our world for the better.
Yeah.
And I'm excited to see what the future holds.
Well, I think we've covered a lot of ground today.
We have.
We've explored the fundamentals of quantum computing, delved into the intricacies of Google's Willow chip, and pondered the broader implications of this transformative technology.
Right.
I want to thank you for sharing your insights and expertise with our listeners.
It's been my pleasure. I always enjoy talking about quantum computing.
Yeah.
And I hope our discussion has inspired our listeners to learn more about this fascinating and rapidly evolving field.
I'm sure it has. And for those of you who want to delve even deeper into the world of quantum computing and AI,
yes,
be sure to subscribe to Before AGI for more deep dives into the latest technological advancements.
And don't forget to check out Ian Ochieng AI on YouTube for in-depth tutorials and insights into the world of artificial intelligence.
Right.
There's a whole universe of knowledge out there waiting to be explored.
That's right. So keep exploring, keep learning, and keep questioning.
Yes.
The future is waiting to be discovered. Until next time, stay curious.